welcome you to my channel today, as we're going to be having this timeless pick a card reading on your career. So what is next in career? What's coming your way? What's unfolding? What can you expect? So with that being said, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you come across it, if you are feeling drawn to one of these groups here that you see on the table, I implore you to go ahead and click your message, right? So you will pick one of these, group number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Then in the timestamps, either in the description box or in the comment section, you can find a message for yourself, hopefully, in regards to your career. So of course, pick a card readings are very much based on your intuition. So I, definitely encourage you to tune into your intuition, see if you're drawn to one of these images or one of these groups, of the cards. Maybe there's just something about it. Give yourself a moment. But anyway, I want to also announce I am doing a Black Friday sale. As of this, of course, this is a timeless, so some of you may see this later on, but I have a Black Friday sale going on right now on my Etsy store, and all of my astrology readings are on sale 25% off. And I just recently added a report for 2023. It's a little bit different. It's a shorter, more condensed highlight look at the next year. So it's more condensed than, like, for instance, my yearly transit report, which is a little bit more, I think a little bit more obviously in depth. It's longer, but we'll still get a lot of good details in that 2023 report. So you know what I mean? That's available. I also have long-term partnership reports. So I look at your 7th house, the ruler, where the ruler's at. We, dig it up, how you might meet your spouse, how you might, kind of qualities, all those sorts of things. And then I also have career stuff, again, looking at the 10th house, at the money houses, and kind of incorporating all of that to kind of give you some ideas about career. And then, of course, there's natal chart readings, synastry as well, so 2 charts of 2 different people and kind of how they might interact. Yeah, I have all kinds of different astrology readings, and they're all on sale, so take a chance while it's on sale. And I'll probably have another sale before Christmas, to be honest, because I thought, well, so they can make gifts too. And if you guys do want to buy gifts, I do often have people come to me for the holidays purchasing gifts for others, and that's totally fine. Just let me know, and I can do up a gift certificate and email the person with a coupon to, submit for a reading. So that's always a possibility. Anyway, with that being said, I wish you the very, very best, and I hope that this reading is helpful. And let's get started. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 1 here with this beautiful little sticker here, a tale as old as time is what it says on the book. That's what the message is there. And that's really interesting because you guys have this card called the Priestess, and I remember this popping out, number 2, and the Priestess can talk about the lessons that we learn based on our experiences. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're very wise when it comes to, I think, situations in life. Like, I feel like a lot of you have probably been through quite a few ups and downs, and maybe you have a lot of different experiences in different places. But I feel like you're very intuitive. This is also a card that really speaks to the ancestors guiding your journey, being part of your journey, and being supportive here. But again, I just get a lot of wisdom here, and perhaps a lot of intuitive abilities as well. Now, what do we have coming in career? Well, let's see here. We have the Queen of Cups here, a loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, deep psychic insights, caring for others, but forgetting to take care of yourself. Trust your intuition, a deep love of family and friends, and follow your heart. So in career, it's all about following your heart. And I feel like that is something that you guys will be doing, is following your heart a bit more. I think for a lot of you too is making sure that you're not overdoing yourself. And you'll see the rest of the cards now, and you'll kind of understand why I came to that conclusion. But we have the 5 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Swords, and we have the 2 of Cups. We also have the wreath, number 53. So the wreath talks about celebration. And so I think that there will be things to celebrate. I feel especially after holidays or around holidays time, especially if you're watching this as I'm posting it or in the near future afterward. I think that with holidays you'll see a lot more improvement in some way in your career, and there will definitely be something to celebrate. Now, the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Two of Cups makes me feel about choosing for yourself and, caring what other people think. I feel like for some of you is something that needs to be let go of. Now, I know that's not a prediction, but it's just a message coming through. The Five of Pentacles can talk about scarcity, and it may be that there are certain things that you're yearning for, that you're wanting for, but you're afraid that perhaps it doesn't hold enough wealth, or it's just like, what if I don't make it? There could be like fears or insecurities surrounding, possible, possibilities in the future with your career. So I feel like a lot of you are at a place where there's something worrying you. And again, it seems like maybe it's a poverty mindset, like maybe you're afraid of like not enough money, especially if you guys have that right now, or you're wondering, how can I increase? I don't feel like I have enough. With the Two of Cups here at the end of this, I want to say that there is a collaborative energy coming in, perhaps a connection that is going to be helpful in terms of your growth, in terms of career growth in particular. And I feel like you may be making a very good connection in the future. And this could be like a collaborative connection, maybe a business partner, or somehow connecting to the right people. And the other thing I was going to tell you is that you may find that you are attracting the right people too, especially if you are trying to build an intuitive business, as an example, for some of you, or one that's very spiritual in nature. You will call in the right people. Now, like I said, that is just something very specific, may not be for everyone, but especially for those of you that are, just because of this energy up here, it feels like. And that's another thing too, is set your mind and your heart towards others at this time. I think that you will be led in a direction of meeting someone that will be pivotal to your career journey. And it's like possibly a really good connection here. We have debt. A debt is paid as well. So this is my oracle deck here. Look at this. Money and knowledge. Okay, so I wanted to get 3 of my cards from my oracle deck. But yeah, we have a debt is paid. So some of you might find that you're paying off certain debt or getting debt released in some way. For some of you as well, maybe freeing up some debt is going to allow you to expand in some way, or somehow you're paying off past things, even if it's not a monetary debt. It could be like, a karmic debt or something that you feel indebted to, but you need to do what feels right to you. If you feel like you owe your employer something, or you owe somebody else something, I'm here to tell you that's not true. You owe yourself more than anyone. And that's just a big message here for a few of you that you really need to hear it. Especially for those of you that are very sensitive, very giving, and you're like, man, I don't want to disappoint anyone. You know what I mean? You've paid your debt. You've done your time. And if you've suffered in this life, Spirit's saying, hey, you're done with that suffering. You've paid the debt. Especially if it felt very karmic in nature and you're like, man, it just seems like life is always taking a big shit on me. It's like you've paid that debt. And you are now coming into a place of abundance. We have money. Your wealth increases. Okay? So I feel like for so many of you watching, your money's improving. And you're going to find that too through connections. Some of you may be thinking about, or in the near future it will be revealed, that you'll actually go into business with somebody. For some of you, this may be like a partner, like a love partner even, or a good friend, or somebody like that. Again, there may be a collaborative effort as well that is going to be helpful and uplifting for you. I would say actually look out for collaborations, something that you feel very connected to. You know, you might get an email where someone's like, hey, you wanna hook up on this thing? And you're like, wow, this really clicks. You know, this is definitely something that feels good for me. Those of you that feel irrelevant at this time, I feel like you will feel relevant. There's something coming through that's going to make you feel very relevant. Okay? With knowledge here, we have a new area of learning, and I think that many of you are going to be learning some new things in regards to career. Some of you might be, taking a class, a course, going back to school as well. And if you've been thinking about that, so I think this is specific to a few of you. If you've been thinking about that possibility, you might find that this is actually helpful for you. Some of you might also have some money come in that will help you, invest it wisely into your knowledge, into your skill set. You know what I mean? Whether that's getting a certificate of some kind or some sort of, there's some sort of learning, I think, as well. And I feel like that's something that's on the horizon for you. Now, what else? Yeah, look for comfort in the near future from somebody else. And I really do feel like that's going to be a part of your future in terms of career too. Let me get some key cards and we'll see what else comes out here in terms of career for group number 1. What to know. Ooh, we've got this dark woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or dark hair. So this woman may feature somehow into this future with your career. We also have the dog, getting together with friends. So again, collaborative efforts, collaborative things. It's like maybe somehow friends are vital to your career in the near future, or you meet people through your work as well, Especially, ooh, look at this. We have the casket. Someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. So burying debt. There feels like there's just something that you're burying. And it's like, sayonara, goodbye. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm moving fresh. You know what I mean? And I feel like just for so many of you, there's like these energies that come into your life that really pull you forward. Whether it's a good friend at your job, there's so much potential, it feels like, in this, and somehow just good connections. And again, too, if you've had like a previous, someone go out of your life, again, there's this like people who come in and, lead you somewhere. One of my really, really good friends, we met kind of going to one type of school. I was going to cosmetology school, and then, through her, I gained confidence to go to university and get my bachelor's degree. And it was just like fate. And actually we have nodal stuff in our charts, but it was just so interesting because it was like without her, I don't think I would have had the courage, even though she didn't like exactly tell me to do it. You know what I mean? It was just sort of like her presence and her situation in life, and I looked at it, observed it, I saw the kind of work she was doing, and I was like, well, I think I have a whole trauma with my school, my school upbringing, but anyway, that's a story for another time. But yeah, it's just like, it feels like there may be like a really supportive energy coming through that will really boost career or somehow lead you in the right directions or give you those ideas. You know what I'm saying? We have peace and harmony. Again, negative situations, impoverished situations of rejection, of feeling like you're left out. It feels like that's going away, and there's a much more peaceful atmosphere coming towards you in career. So, I love it. We have, you should accept valid criticism. Oh gosh. Criticism, I get some from time to time. And usually, I'm pretty cool about it. One time, not too long ago, I snapped at someone. I feel bad. She probably hates me now, but it was just kind of like a rude way. Criticism should never be rude. You know what I mean? We can just say, and I appreciate each and every one of you when you tell me something and it's said in a kind way. You don't do personal insults like in saying my laugh is annoying, or things that are just like unnecessary. Like my mom raised me with the thumper thing, like if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. And I've always lived my life by that, and most of you do too, and I really do appreciate it. But every once in a while you'll get those like non-valid criticisms. But valid criticism is when someone's trying to help you. Like someone comes to me and says, hey Lisa, there was a girl who told me I talked about astrology too much in one group, and you know what, she was right. I get too obsessed sometimes with astrology, and then I just blabber, blabber, blabber. And you know what? There was some validity to it. I probably wasted like a good 8 minutes talking about some astrological crap, and I could see where she was coming from, and I think that there could be some good, valid criticism coming your way, and you need to use this because it's really going to help you somehow step into something new. And I feel like you guys are starting something new as well. Okay? And again, valid criticism, understanding the difference between valid criticism and invalid criticism. Even the one person who kind of got nasty and was like, kind of nitpicking the way I laughed and stuff, and nitpicking my shuffling, which she could have skipped over, it was still something to think about. Okay, maybe my shuffling is loud on the microphone, right? That's valid criticism. But it was just surrounded by a lot of invalid criticisms that are just like, personal. If she doesn't like my voice or my laugh or whatever, then she should probably watch someone else, right? And that's what I would do if I were her, but you know what I mean? But that's the thing, you know what I mean? I can pick out the valid stuff. What can I change? Oh, I can't change my laugh. You know what I mean? But I can change how my cards sound on the microphone. I can try to do it quieter, change the position of my microphone. You know what I mean? I can try to do something different. And I feel like a lot of you may have some of that kind of valid criticism coming your way. And just like I said, filter through it. You know what I mean? Don't take the things that are personal, that are rude, that are, again, maybe coming from someone else's personal trauma too, or personal problems or personal pessimism as well. But yeah, I feel like there's such good energy coming your way in terms of people that you're meeting, and it's going to be important here, okay? Again, money increasing, debt being paid, knowledge being gained. And I think that debt really, it's like you're saying goodbye to a certain phase of poverty or difficulty, or just where things haven't been the greatest, to be honest. Maybe a lot of stress about money, about, what you're going through. That sort of thing. There's something to celebrate for sure, especially with the wreath, right? We use the wreath at holidays. So yes, that is your reading. I really do hope you enjoyed it. I do have a sale going on my Etsy for Black Friday until Saturday. All my astrology readings are 25% off, so check it out. I didn't lower the prices on my tarot readings just for the fact that they're already pretty cheap. I think I have I don't know, I've had a lot of comments on that. I try to keep them affordable. I know astrology is just it's not as easy to keep it affordable because it takes a lot more effort. It's a different type of effort. And I put a lot of money and stuff into to learning, to be honest, over the years, like books, classes, courses, oh my goodness. And so, you know what I mean? I do charge a bit more because it takes a lot more sitting down and preparing than a tarot reading. So yeah, I always try, every once in a while when I can, I try to lower the price down because I know that it's kind of expensive. So check it out. There's a 2023 report, which is a cheaper kind of version of a yearly. It's not nearly as in depth, obviously. It's 20 minutes versus 30 or an hour, but it's a good look into the next year and how everything will be changing because Jupiter's going to be going back into Aries. It's going to go into Taurus next year as well, and then we're going to have Saturn going into Pisces, which I'm super excited about because Saturn in Aquarius and Capricorn didn't like it. But Saturn's stronger in those places, so it won't be as strong in Pisces. So a lot of us might find it a little bit easier, especially because there's a chance that maybe our personal planet that's getting hit by Saturn might be a bit stronger, than Saturn. But anyway, that is what I've got for you guys. I really do wish you lots of love and blessings in your life. And I just take care, guys. Okay? Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you've chosen group number 2 here with this beautiful butterfly, this is your reading. So you've chosen this butterfly. Now, what is coming in career? Let's find out. So, We've got the distaff, number 37. We've also got the soothsayer, number 23. The King of Pentacles. The King of Swords. As well as the Nine of Wands. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles, so 2 nines showing up. I don't know if the number 9 could be important to you in some way, but I thought I'd mention that. 2 nines, and we have 23 and 37. I see people, okay? We have the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, so it feels as if there are people around you somehow, maybe 2 in particular. Now, the distaff talks about achievement. It talks about knowledge, okay, and wisdom. It talks about respect and authority in your life. And so I want to say that there does seem to be some sort of respect or authority coming toward you, like in particular, maybe from the outside, but also someone meeting you as an equal. I want to say, and this is just sort of like a channeled message here, that you will find somebody who is an equal to you, either gender, doesn't matter, any gender, that will be sort of seeing something eye to eye with you. It feels almost like a breakthrough in some way, and I think a good validation. I also want to say that the distaff also, talks about expertise, right, like I mentioned, and are often found in the graves of eminent women who were often identified as seers and practitioners of the magical art of cedar, which is apparently something in the Viking Age that they were doing with unspun fibers, such as wool. Now, so again, authority, influence, and expertise. So it feels like there's definitely that aspect coming through for you in your career. So again, this could be promotions or, again, respect coming your way. Now, the Nine of Wands, we know, can represent almost there, breakthrough. We're nearly there. We're making something happen. We're pushing the boundaries. We are nearly at the precipice of something big. And with the soothsayer right up at the top here, this says, and I want to read the message of this card. It says, when the great Mississippi flood swallowed her parish, it was not in the water that she saw cruelty, but in the hands of those who harmed instead of helping, and in the eyes of those who saw it all and did nothing. The word soothsayer originally meant one who speaks the truth. So the soothsayer invites us to open our eyes and see things impartially. She represents the ability to speak out against injustices, to find the courage to challenge power, and to subvert unfair situations, okay? So really interesting. She actually became a nurse, in particular this witch, and she was a skilled practitioner of voodoo for the most of her life, and a firm believer that nature does not distinguish between good and evil, for these exist only in the actions of people. Very interesting. But here we talk about that ability to speak out against injustices, to find the courage to challenge power and subvert unfair situations. I feel as if there may be a situation in which some of you, if you have dealt with injustice in your workplace or somehow have been dealing with that, a sort of situation, I want to say that there's some sort of favor towards you, okay? So whether it's been, a shitty coworker who's been a jerk, or situations that haven't been ideal, it really feels to me as if there is, a balance coming for you in that arena, especially for those of you, like I said, who deal with such a situation, you know what I mean, where you've been dealing with a situation that hasn't been ideal, right? And where maybe there has been injustice. Now, for some of you as well, there may be a justice, some sort of justice coming your way as well. The Nine of Wands can talk about, reaching that final challenge and having that goal in sight. It also talks about perseverance and, kind of tenaciously going after our goals with determination. And this often talks about coming a long way, you know what I mean? And I love that distaff is up there because it reminds me a lot of that Nine of Wands. It's sort of like, there's a goal in sight. I think that a lot of you are going to find your finances increasing. because of that Nine of Pentacles. It says here, enjoying the fruits of your labors, hard work that has led to a luxurious life, buying yourself something special, happily and successfully self-employed, and enjoying your solitude. Ooh. So some of you might be able to, for some of you might have a challenge where you can really prove your expertise. Oh, sorry, cannot talk. Where you can really prove yourself, and I think it's going to go well, and I think you'll be noticed, okay? And that's just really something strong coming through. And there will be financial rewards, and I do feel like there's security. So of course, if you're worried about job security, you know what I mean, and you're kind of like, is my job secure? Is my life secure? It is. It is. You're an expert. You're good. And it seems really positive in that direction. What is coming in career? Ooh, confession. Someone's confessing. Family. Happiness within the family. And a helpful item. Okay. So we have confession. Someone is confessing. Now I find it interesting because we have this King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So there could be some sort of feedback that you get. I want to say that some of you might get feedback from somebody who's usually kind of a hard ass, or is usually not like the most like giving of compliments, to be honest. For others of you, there is like somehow a confession that's going to be affecting your career. You yourself might be confessing something. If you've confessed something you've seen, like an injustice, know that it will be met with the proper channels. You know what I mean? It's going to be met with the proper actions. And I think that, especially for some of you, I feel like you need to hear that. Especially if you felt like there has been something kind of shady at your workplace, or somehow something that isn't going well. If you do talk about this, if you do speak up about it, I really do feel like it will be recognized. With family, there may be an aspect of working with family for some of you. But also, I think with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like having that attainment to take care of your family. Having that, because what's after the 10? The happy family. I mean, after the 9, it becomes the 10. Sorry. What comes after the 10? Nothing. What comes after the 9? The 10. And that's what the 9 of Pentacles is all about. I feel fulfilled, and then in the 10, I give it to others, right? And so I feel like that there's security that you can share, and it may even be that some of you might be able to help your family in some way, to be honest. Ooh, we have new job or career. We also have that helpful item appears as well, by the way. So some of you might be connecting in career with some sort of item that's really going to help you. Beautiful. Look at that. Over the 9 of Wands, we have that camel. Persevere and you'll overcome problems. Again, there's perseverance here. Like I said, with determination, you're nearly near a goal. We have that new job or career. So I do feel like a lot of you will be changing your career soon, or starting something new. You might be taking your amazing skills elsewhere. Career is a huge focus for you guys. Huge, huge focus. Don't be afraid of times of rest or quiet. Is one thing I want to tell you. Don't be afraid of those times, because I feel like in those moments you really see the truth of a situation. And with that soothsayer card, going back to that card, do you remember how it said that seeing things impartially? So don't be afraid to take like mental vacations, to take a physical vacation, because actually such a thing might really affect your life in a positive way. I feel like any challenges that are ahead of you, you're going to overcome them. It may take a certain amount of perseverance. Again, that 9 of Wands came out. You may have certain challenges, but you will be rewarded with a good outcome. Okay? So even if it's like the challenge of switching careers, it's like you will be met with success at some point. And it may take a little bit of a fighting and holding on to it and really trying hard. But I think that you'll get somewhere. So don't give up on anything in your career necessarily, okay? Don't fall prey to like fearful ideas or thinking you can't make it. I feel like that there are many fated things happening in your career in the near future as well. I'm going to get one more card here. Awaken, blazing star. So to awaken. We may think we're fully aware and awake, only to find that we still have much more to explore and learn. Look more closely at ways you can expand your knowledge, but ensure that your foundations are strong. Awakening does not just entail reaching for the higher levels, it also means being fully aware of what is below and before, and using all of your knowledge and the wisdom that you've acquired. Improved psychic abilities are indicated. Pay close attention to your hunches, your feelings, and even your daydreams. Something is about to come into maturity. Masculine energies are very strong at the moment, and the aspect of physical provision, a progression of ideas into action, and the understanding of how to repair something which needs attention are all present. This could be anything from a relationship to a broken tap. Okay, so yeah, look at that. The energy of taking your ideas and putting them into action for a lot of you. And also, again, for some of you that need to repair something in your career, maybe you're trying to figure out how to fix something. I feel like the helpful item comes your way, or something, some sort of help comes your way that you're really going to understand. But also, again, your psychic abilities are quite high. And I feel like you should definitely pay attention to these. Okay, because I feel like these two cards in particular are very psychic, and very intuitive. And so definitely pay attention to those. Really interesting energy, you guys. So, with that being said, I think that I'm done with this particular group. I think that you guys have some wonderful changes ahead of you. Again, confessions coming your way, security and happiness within the family coming your way. Again, you will persevere over every obstacle, even the major challenges, even if you feel like it, especially if you feel called to do something, intuitively, that the chain is kind of pulling at you, and you've got to make something happen. And know that, like I said, every downtime is time for your mind to kind of expand. But again, some of you really do have a new job or career on the horizon, okay? So, I wish you nothing but the best. I really do hope that... Oh, some of you have a reconciliation. So there may be a reconciliation in your workplace. Okay, sorry. Had to throw that in there. If you want to get an astrology reading, they are 25% off. Wow, 30% off. I wish. No, 25% off until Saturday of the time of this reading. So I'm doing a Black Friday sale, essentially. So I have all kinds of different... astrology reports, long-term partnership, I have career, I have all kinds of stuff. And I even have a really fun one that I put out temporarily just until the end of the year, a 2023 report, which will just be a 20-minute pre-recorded video with audio and images where I will go over your energy for 2023 and what to kind of look out for, what to be aware of, what energy is a good one, because we have so many changes. We have Jupiter going from Aries, it's going to go back into Aries at the end of the year. It's going to go into Taurus next year. Saturn's going into Pisces. We have some changes, right? So, yeah, anyway, and how will that affect you? So there's that report too. And like I said, they're all 25% off until Saturday. I will try to do another sale before the beginning of the next year. So somewhere around Christmas maybe, or in December. And yeah, so lots of love to you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey friends, so if you chose group number 3 here, what is coming in career? What do you need to know? Let's find out. So we have a world sticker there, globe. So let's see here. What is coming up in the cards for you? So we have got cornucopia number 42. I'm probably going to try to balance that. Yeah, there we go. Because I know we have the Guardian, number 9. We have the 6 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. Nice. We have the Queen of Wands. The 10 of Wands. As well as the 6 of Pentacles. So we have the 6 of Pentacles twice, actually, okay? So the 6 of Pentacles, it says here on this particular card right here, the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of abundance, borrowing wisely or paying off a debt. sharing your wealth with others less fortunate. I want to tell you that for those of you that have given a lot, maybe you've worked overtime or you've done, a lot of work, you've put in a lot of effort. Maybe some of you have felt very stressed. Perhaps you've taken on a lot. You guys are getting rewarded, okay? I feel like there's a lot of good karma coming back your way in terms of career, to be honest. With the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, I mean, this is wonderful. Some of you might be really connecting to a lifelong career, a long-term, financially stable and abundant career. I feel like the universe, and maybe even others, are giving back to you in some way, okay? The cornucopia is all about the harvest, right? And it's about abundance, for heck's sake, abundance. It's our worth, our possessions. And it evokes images of wealth, abundance, fortune, and material possessions. So it feels like you're not lacking. And somehow the money is coming through. I feel like what you give now comes back to you. So, generosity will be rewarded for you guys, especially in terms of if you've taken on extra work. Passion projects may be really, really highlighted here too. For some of you, passion projects, passion careers, things that you really love, that you feel connected to on an instinctual, energetic level, these things will be rewarded as well. And there will be abundance found, especially if you work hard and you're, just taking it on. Okay? The Guardian here talks about a protection, like a person of protection, a leader, a warden in a sanctuary. The bellowing horn indicates an imminent attack. After gathering everyone around her and coordinating them resolutely, she mounts her horse and rides towards the battlefield. She knows her help and guidance will be needed. The Guardian represents the qualities of a good leader, whose role is to safeguard the community, care for the most vulnerable, and inspire strength and virtue in those around them. That's beautiful. So again, it feels like there's that energy to you, of perhaps helping others, but also not just where you help others and they don't give back. I feel like you're getting back things too, and some of you may actually be paying off a debt financially, or having a debt paid off. Now, Ruta is the witch in this card, and she lived in the Lithuanian lowlands. She had an important role in her community, supervising life in her village and offering her services as a healer. In the autumn of 1236, she faced and survived the Battle of Saul. The attackers, the Livonian Brothers of the Sword, were defeated in an event that inspired rebellion in the neighboring tribes against Catholic oppression. Very interesting. She was a healer. And some of you might have very much a healing effect yourself on people. What is coming in career? Wow, I love it. We have a debt is paid. So it feels like there's a debt being paid somehow. And this may be a literal debt, like a financial debt, but also, kind of like I told one of the other groups who got the debt thing, the debt card here. It's sometimes a debt can be karmic in nature. Again, it could be like, I've given a lot to something and now I'm kind of getting paid back, right? We have fear. A fear is unfounded. So if you're coming here with a fear in regards to your career, Spirit's saying, hey, that's not true. That's not the story I'm writing. That's not the story we're making and creating. It's not true. This fear won't come to anything. It's not going to come to fruition. It's unfounded. It's not real. And that's just a big thing for a lot of you. If you're worried that you'll fail at something, Spirit's saying, no, that fear is unfounded. It's not happening. And we have that celebration. A celebration is coming. So there's going to be something to celebrate. And with cornucopia, I just feel like your finances and just your life in general is going better. Career seems to be popping, or there's definitely something to celebrate, whether it's an increase financially or it's that. Ooh, we have romance, celebration, and party. So celebration came out twice. Look out for career celebrations. You might find that they're good. Okay. Ooh, pale and bat. Ooh, okay, let's see here. Tell me more. Career. If you've had someone kind of do something shitty to you at work, if you know that you've had people that haven't been in your best interest, August shows up here. I don't know if that month might be important for some of you. I'm going to put it back. But if you've had someone be a bit shitty for you at work and not the most supportive energy, if you felt like that there were enemies kind of working against you or someone that wasn't working in your favor, I think some of you might see some debt being, like, you know, some karmic stuff happening for them, okay? I also feel as if someone could be leaving your work life. There might be a situation where there's someone at your work that's no good and they're leaving. Or it's like kind of like gone and over, okay? Also, if you felt insecure in your workplace or in your career in some way, shape, or form, supportive energy comes through, you know? And we also have good luck and peace and harmony, 2 cards that fell down as well. And to me, like, I just feel like career is looking up. There's definitely things to celebrate. There's definitely admiration. And I feel like this negative energy, it's like you have support with this. You have support. And this situation won't last. It's going to go away. Especially if you've handled it kindly, calmly, you know what I mean? It's all calm and cool and collected. It's like you're going to come out on top in the situation, okay? Now, of course, enemies don't always have to be people. It can be situations, you know, things that seem to work against us. You know, whether it's some sort of invisible forces or our transits, you know, that we're having in the sky or something. You know, it might be like everything just goes wrong. Like, what the heck? You know, it's like there's things being righted here, okay? It's what I feel. So, yes. And look out for something good with career. I really do feel like a networking possibility or opportunity as well. But I feel like offers could be coming to you too. It might be that you guys are getting some really good offers because of that 6 of Pentacles. Some of you are going to have enough to give back to others, especially if that's very important for you. And know that when you give back, you know, you are also kind of putting out some good karma there. We have opportunity. Told you, yeah, some of you are going to have a wonderful opportunity, to be honest. So opportunity, it says here, an opportunity is being presented, but perseverance and a bit more hard work are required. Don't give up. Again, that Queen of Wands and the 10 of Wands. Sometimes we're just fueled on our passion, even if we're tired. So don't give up, okay? It's a good indication to apply for positions and projects, to ask for things that you want, to sign contracts and make agreements. The energy should be favorable for these. Your endurance will be tested, and the chance may arise to extend and grow in ways that may have not been possible before. Greater emotional strength is required, so don't let yourself get too carried away with any feelings you experience in the first instance. Night blooming jasmine signifies that we have overlooked those close to us, their skills, their positive attributes, and personal wisdom. Be careful that you're not seeking greener pastures while neglecting your own valuable garden or treasures. I am ready for what may come, is the affirmation here. Whoa, this fits in so well. I really do feel like you guys have some great opportunities ahead of you. And again, kind of going back to that Queen of Wands and the 10 of Wands, I do feel like that there's a little bit of challenge here. But I think that it's really going to pay off in your life. Like, you're going to see some great results here and some great opportunities. It feels like the universe is really handing you something. And it could be someone else physically too, but that 10 of Pentacles makes me think that you guys are making some big steps in your career. Like big ones. Really big. Enormous. You know? And I love it. Yeah, again, don't get carried away with emotion. Right? Stay calm, cool, and collected. Even if there are like certain negative energies, they'll go away on their own. Or they're somehow going to be removed, to be honest. But yeah. And I think that someone may notice your passion and really, and maybe other people, I think other people will be drawn to it. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing for those of you that chose this group. I love this. This is such a positive reading. I really love when they're positive like this. It makes me happy. And I'm so happy, like, because really, honestly, the opportunity is just huge. Like, Six of Pentacles, 2 different times, opportunity, like, I'm telling you. And especially even with that Ten of Pentacles and the cornucopia. What is the cornucopia? It's harvest. So it's like we're harvesting our rewards. And I feel like you guys are really, you'll be paying this off. I mean, this will be paid off. Like, all the work that you're putting in, it's going to pay off. Okay? And if you're worried that it's not, it's going to. Okay? Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for being here. If you want to have an astrology reading, I do have a Black Friday sale going on until Saturday, and I will have another one before the end of the year. And I do them periodically, so always check back. I try to, you know what I mean? But they're 25% off. There's all kinds of different types. There are career astrology reports. There are relationship, natal readings, synastry readings. I have a cool one for 2023 as well. I do the yearly transit predictions, but I have one for 2023 that's just kind of a little bit more condensed, but we'll also talk about the highlights and everything you'll need to know kind of for yourself for 2023. A good overview, a 20-minute report, but yeah, I wish you nothing but the best, you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So you've chosen group number 4 here, the last group. You're the telephone group. So, I honestly think that some of you might be getting a phone call pretty soon in regards to career, but we'll see what comes through in the cards, what else is here. But we've got the old-fashioned telephone. I used to have one of these. Gosh, I haven't used one in forever. Who else, if you had one of these or you've ever, used one, put an emoji down in the comments below with a telephone. And I want to see how many of you have actually used one of them like that. My kids probably would be like, what is this? How do you use it? Anyway, what have we got here for you in career? So we have the moon, number 60. I think that you guys are a deeply imaginative bunch here. But let's see what else comes through. We have the Wind Rider. We have also the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Sun, as well as the Ace of Swords. To be honest, for those of you that have been going through a creative slump, I do feel like you will be having a really good idea really soon. To be honest, I feel like you're going to have some really good ideas. Now, what I found so fascinating about this reading right now is that we have the moon and the sun. Now, we know that the moon is a more fluctuating type of thing. It's like fluctuating. It's not consistent necessarily. Well, it's consistent and it's a cycle, right? But what is consistent? The sun is. I feel like there's some sort of consistency coming to you, okay? While the moon is a bit mysterious and a bit like kind of harder, it's not always consistent, right? But the sun is, like I said. So it feels like to me that some of you are really going to be more aware of something. It feels as if clarity is coming your way in regards to career. Now, the other good thing I want to say is I see opportunity too, but I feel as if, and what has felt kind of cyclic or kind of a little bit more emotional will be a little bit more understood. I feel as if there is an overcoming of obstacles here. I also feel like you guys are, while you're a very emotional person and imaginative, I do feel like you have a strong sense of freedom to you because the Wind Rider. And it feels like to me you guys are strong with your words. I feel like you guys are going to have an opportunity soon. Maybe it will be like an interview of some kind where you say everything correctly. You say everything right. You say it and your independence, your free spirit is very much appreciated. Okay? For some of you, I do see, especially for those of you, and some of these are specific messages I'm channeling, so sorry if they're not for you, but for those of you that have been really wanting to achieve something where you have independence, this opportunity will come your way. And I feel like for some of you, if you haven't been able to figure out that business idea or what it is that you want to do, you know you want to be independent. You know that maybe some of you want to be a digital nomad, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like you want to be able to work anywhere, maybe to travel. I want to say that you're going to find a way to do it. You're going to find a way to do it. I know that's so specific, and I can't imagine that too many of you are. But if you're one of those people, leave me an earth emoji or an airplane emoji. Airplane emoji. Do that one. Yeah, because I'm so curious, because I really feel strongly there has to be a few of you here. Okay, to be honest. Okay, now we have that Page of Pentacles. Again, this can talk about monetary news coming your way. Positive. We have the Queen of Cups as well. So I feel a lot of well-rounded energy, to be honest. We have kind of all the elements represented here. So I want to say that there's a balance coming. You know, it's like where everything's kind of in harmony. Everything's kind of in balance. With the moon and the sun too, I really feel as if for some of you this might represent new starts, right? Kind of like a new moon. For others of you, it's the culmination of something like the full moon, as an example, depending, you know. But it feels as if, so some of you might find yourself on different parts of that. It may be like that completely new thing that you're starting, like a new job, a new opportunity. But for others of you, it may be like the culmination of something, like, you know what I mean? Now we have brilliant ideas that may need refinement, overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out, communicate clearly and concisely, and remain objective. Very important, right? For you guys. But yeah, I really do feel like there's wonderful opportunities coming your way. The other thing too is that with the moon, as I mentioned, that fluctuating energy, sometimes there are moments of obscurity or where we're not being seen. With the sun is so bright and steadfast. It's always the same. It's always there. and I feel like that there is some element of that. Some element of stability, of reliability, of understanding, of truth, of clarity coming your way. So what I love about this is that I feel like a lot of you are really going to have an idea or a knowing that's very intuitive, but it comes through the form of thought. So watch the thoughts that fly through your head in the near future, because I feel like that they're vital. Okay, what else is coming through here in career? But a warm and happy time, to be honest, and a good opportunity. We have a sign from a past loved one. We also have adventure, trying something new and fun. And independence. You're gaining. Whoa, okay, that's so cool, because you remember I was talking about that independence, and that's why I felt like some of you might want to be like those digital nomads, or, you know, like wanting some independence, like your own thing. It's like you're gaining power somehow. And if you're looking for independence in this life, you certainly are getting it. Especially in career. Maybe it's just like having more autonomy in your current workplace. You know what I mean? Like maybe you get like a raise or a promotion that allows you to have autonomy. For others of you though, it may be like you get a job opportunity that's remote, or again somehow gives you this sense of independence, or again maybe just having a job or a stable income is going to lead you to feel more independent in general if you felt dependent on someone else, like maybe family as an example. Okay, and again that will be specific for some of you, but we have a sign from a past loved one. So honestly, I feel like there's a past loved one that's very much a part of this journey, that's very much rooting from you on the other side, trying to help bring forth, you know, opportunities, like trying to put you in the right direction, trying as much as possible to help you in this physical life, you know. And we have adventure. And to me, I feel like that there's just adventure ahead of you in your career, something new. But I feel like that there's a level of fun with it too, right? And that's fun because of the sun. The sun is like usually depicting children and kind of like this joyfulness, this innocence. And I really do feel like there's something good ahead in career. And even the Ace of Swords is a child. So it's almost like you feel like a kid again, to be honest. And again, kind of representative of new opportunities. Getting together with friends. What is up with this friends card keeps coming out like in so many of the groups. The dogs card. I never had it come out that much ever. And maybe it's collective. Well, Gemini, we have Mars retrograde in Gemini, so again, maybe something with like friendship groups or like acquaintances, because that can be like kind of who we talk to. Um, oh, wow. So we have family wishes come true. So there may be an aspect of the whole family being happy about something in your career. Like maybe where you guys are literally going to celebrate with your family. Like it's something that big in your life. You know what I mean? This also could be like the wish. It's like somehow you're fulfilling a family wish. You know, if your parents really wanted you to find yourself or to have something, you know, it feels as if someone in your family, and again, that past loved one, it may be that it's their wish for you to succeed, and it's like they're just rooting for you. It's like that's their wish, is just for you to have success in your life and to have maybe what they didn't have, or especially for those of you, I do feel like a specific presence here that it may be like they always kind of had to do things the hard way, and or they, you know, maybe they wanted to do things that were a little bit different, off path, off beat, but they just couldn't because life got to them, and you know what I mean, and they are so proud that you do things your way, you know what I mean. And yeah, I love it. Now we also have do not back down from opposition, so strength and fortitude. So again, keeping up your you know, your actions right now. We have time to act. Again, don't hesitate on acting upon the ideas that you get, especially if they're inspired intuitively, because I think that's something that you guys are actually really having at this time, is a lot of inspired activity that's very much intuitive. So you see that thing, you apply for it. It's like I applied for my husband. Like, I don't know, he started this job, he hated it, I hated it for him too, and I was just like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna apply that for the you know, I went on a website actually, and I just saw this listing, I applied for it. 2 days later he got the job. Like, I couldn't even believe it, and it was just like so intuitive. Like, I was just like, I'm just gonna apply for him while he's at work. So I sent in an application for him, and sure enough, they called him, interviewed him. Next day, second interview, he's got it. And it was just like, wow, you know what I mean? And like, it's so funny because it was just like that intuition that I was like, I'm gonna Google up this type of thing, and then I found the website that I'd never been on before. You know what I mean? Like, I never had looked there before. It was all just like, so pay attention, you know, to those feelings, those urgency, like those urgent feelings you feel where you're like, I gotta take this action. I'm gonna do this thing real quick. I like act upon it. One thing, of course, with time to act is just warning you not to be passive, not to miss opportunity. Because again, the moon kind of showing those cycles, you know, we want to make sure that we take the action when we can. Because sometimes, you know, if the moon's void, course, you know, they say, oh, don't start anything new when the moon's void, course. And, you know, it's something I kind of usually abide by myself. But it's only a short period anyway, you guys, so I wouldn't worry about it. But anyway, but the point is that it's like, again, the sun's always consistent. The moon, not so much. And so it's like you gotta kind of wait for your. Don't wait, because I feel like that. It's like if you wait, it's kind of like when there's a new moon and you wanted to do like a magic thing or something like that. Maybe you want to light a candle or do a manifestation list, and then you're like, oh damn it, it's 3 days later, and already you can see the moon. You know, and you're like, I missed my chance. Don't miss opportunities. Okay, that's just a specific message coming through. We've got power. Whoa, you're gaining power. Power, Queen of the Night. Ooh, Queen of the Night. That sounds like so badass. Okay, hold on. Where did my book go? Holy smokes, hold on. There it is. I see you. I see you. Okay. When this flower appears, it indicates that a much anticipated new beginning has arrived, or a huge blockage has been moved from your path. Power is strengthened, and with it, almost endless possibilities are open to you. You should be feeling more self-confidence, and if not, know that you are wow. Know that you are now supported to step out and try something you may have been unsure of in the past. The way ahead is very welcoming at this time. New beginnings, evolution of self, and focus on your personal power and how you can regain or maintain it are all indicated. Closer connections with nature abound, including visiting a natural place or being inspired or assisted by nature in some way in your life. Be careful of self-obsession, losing faith in yourself, or becoming too power-hungry. Okay, interesting. But yeah, it says here that you should be feeling more self-confidence, right? And you're now supported to step out and try something that you've been unsure of in the past, trying something new and fun. And again, power is strengthened and almost endless possibilities are open to you. So acting upon these possibilities, you guys, so important. And again, for a lot of you, like those huge blockages are being removed. And I love it because like the Ace of Swords is very much that way too. It kind of cuts the cords. Like, you know, it has that cutting action where it's kind of like, okay, you know, the gate's open now, or whatever's been holding this back is like it's out there. You know. And I want to say, like, really though, there is something to celebrate in the near future in regards to career. I really do feel that strongly. And I do feel like networking and connections could be important too for you guys, okay? So pay attention to like people, especially because we do have two people cards here in the tarot as well, the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Watch out for an older feminine energy, because women might be favorable at this time for you, or feminine energies, okay? But with that being said, I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that everything is wonderful in your life, and I'm looking forward to these career things happening for you because, wow, cool stuff, huh? Anyway, if you want to have an astrology reading with me, I do have a sale going on for Black Friday. It's going to last until Saturday, 25% off all astrology readings. And yeah, like I said, there are different kinds. I have long-term partnership reports where I look at your 7th house, the ruler, the aspects, all the good stuff, and I tell you about life partners. And I also have one about career possibilities. I also have transit reports. In fact, I have a new one out that's 2023 focused. It's a 20-minute pre-recorded video that you'll get, and it will tell you what to kind of pay attention to for your chart in the year 2023. Kind of like, you know, how Jupiter going from Aries to Taurus is going to affect you, how Saturn going into Pisces is going to affect you, maybe the better parts of the year for you, you know, your high months, your low months, etc., etc. But anyway, that's what I've got, you guys. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.